Welcome to the new semester. I am going to handle the subject Metaforming Processes. This is your elective subject for you. There is no need of introduction as I am the class advisor to you, and I will be taking about the objectives, syllabus briefing, and introduction about Metaforming Processes and steps that are involved in sand molding and casting. I'll let you know about the definition of what is molding and what is casting. Just a moment, I have misplaced the slides. I'll just arrange it. Okay. Now, the objective of this subject is to know the surface treatment for forming of various types of metals that is used for engineering applications, okay, and the plasticity effect of metals which are to be used for reshaping for engineering applications. We will know how the material is to be deformed into the required shape for engineering applications. We will know by studying this subject, and the basic concept of metal forming techniques such as casting, hot rolling, forging. We will be studying about in this subject. We will know after studying this subject. We will know these things. Okay. The main objective of this subject is to know about the basic concepts that are involved in metal forming processes. In simple. Coming to the first unit, classification of forming processes. What are the classification available in forming metals into required shape? We will study about that. Flow curves and their significance in forming of metals. Okay, we will study about that. Effect of temperature, speed, and metallurgical structure in metal forming processes. We will study. According to the temperature we give during the metal forming process, the property of the material may be varied, and according to the speed feed of the material we feed into the metal forming machines, the property may vary to speed and feed. And also the metallurgical properties. You need to understand what is metallurgical properties of metal. I'll let you know about that the forthcoming classes. Effect of friction on the forming process. First of all, you need to know without friction no machine will work, no engineering application will happen. Okay, we cannot do any engineering work without friction. Due to friction only all the machine components works. Even machining will have friction. Due to friction only the machining happening. Okay, and basic concepts of yield criteria and types of yield criteria we will be studying in the first unit. The second unit, classification of forging processes. Hot forging, cold forging, like that we will be studying about the classification of forging processes. List of forging equipments that we use for doing forging processes we will be studying in detail, and a detailed design procedure of forging die. You need to understand what is die and what is mold. I will be telling you what is die and what is mold. Okay, and forging defects. Determination of forging loads. What are the defects it will occur during forging process? We will be briefing out, and determination of forging load during forging processes. We will be studying about this. This concept of powder metallurgy forging. You might have already aware about powder metallurgy. Here, powder metallurgy forging we have to go through in the second unit. We will be going on this topic. We will be studying it, and its application we will be studying. Okay. Types of rolling mills during metal forming processes. We will be studying on the rolling mills topic. Estimation of rolling load and power. It is just a simple form. Numerical problems will be there. Estimation of rolling load and power. That is simple problems only. And mostly on this subject, you can expect theory questions alone. No more numerical problems will be asked. Okay, no need to worry about that. And rolling defects and its application of rolling we will be studying. And direct extrusion equipment, hydrostatic extrusion of tubes, we will be studying. Direct extrusion, indirect extrusion also there. I'll tell you what is indirect extrusion. Hydrostatic extrusion. Okay, hydrostatic extrusion of tubes are being formed in the process of extrusion. Extrusion is nothing but I just give you a general outline. For example, you might have used simple die like that in 3D structure. I am just drawing a simple die like this structure. The metal heated metal will be pressed and taken in this particular area, so that extrusion will happen. According to the exit area. According to this geometry, the extrusion will be happening. The material will be coming out of this particular area, so we will be getting a rectangular shaped material. So this particular thing we can call it as mold. Okay, this is not die. This particular thing we can call it as mold. We are shaping the material. Okay, we are shaping the material by using mold. Okay, and just erase it. I will erase all those inks right now. Erase. Okay. Drawing of rods. You might know first of all which property is required for drawing operations. Okay, drawing of rod, wire, tubes, determination of drawing loads through conical dies, sheet metal forming processes like shearing, blanking, bending, punching, piercing, and stretch forming, deep drawing, rubber pad forming, like those things we will be studying about. We will be studying about these topics in 4th unit. Okay, high rate energy forming processes, which refers to faster production. Okay, faster production of materials at a required shape, that is high rate energy forming processes. We will be studying about that in the 5th unit. Okay, effect of mechanical properties and microstructures during metal forming processes we will be studying in the 5th unit. And explosive forming, hydraulic forming, electromagnetic forming, water hammer forming. This is explosive forming. We will be using explosives to obtain a particular shape. We will be using hydraulic energy, electrical plus hydraulic energy to form a material to a particular shape. Electromagnetic forming, water hammer forming, we will be studying about in detail in the 5th unit. Okay, let me give you an introduction about metal forming processes. Metal forming process is a manufacturing process. It is a manufacturing process that is used as a large scale in a large scale industry. The material output will be in large scale. Okay, material which is used in metal forming process should have plasticity. Plasticity is nothing but it should at least deform to some extent. It should not be with high stiffness. Okay, if the material is having plasticity, it will have the required shape. For example, the highest plasticity material is fed into a particular die. According to the shape, we can able to get the particular material we feed into the die. Okay, that is plasticity is nothing but deforming some deformation to some extent, deformation of some material to some extent, that is called plasticity. And the tools used for such deformation is called die, punch, etc. Okay, die, I will let you know what is die, what is punch, and all those things. Due to the plastic deformation only, the material changes its shapes. It comes to a particular shape what we feed into the die. We can able to get a round shaped die, means the material output will be in round. If we are able to get a rectangular shape in a die, means the material output will be in die only. Okay, in die as equal to the shape of die, what we fed into the die we will get. Okay, for example, I am saying if we fed a rectangular die for processing metal forming, we will get the material shape in terms of rectangle. Okay, according to the die shape we will get the material. Metal forming process is used for bulk sheet materials, sheet metal and bulk metal. Okay, bulk metal is nothing, huge amount of metal is being fed into the die, and we will be making that huge amount of metal into a particular shape that we require to the customer. Okay, metal forming is classified as bulk deformation and sheet metal working. Under bulk deformation, it is further classified as rolling process, forging process, extrusion process, wire and bar drawing. Okay, in sheet metal working, it is further classified as bending operation, deep and cup drawing, shearing process, miscellaneous processes, stretching also comes under sheet metal working. These are the general classification of metal forming processes. Okay, I will move on to the next slide. Next topic is nothing, steps that are involved in sand casting. You need to know what is sand, what is casting, and what is molding. Okay, I will tell you in the next slide. Before that, we will see the steps involved in sand casting. We will be pouring the sand into a particular mold box, and we will be ramming into the mold by keeping the required mold under the sand. Okay, the required mold will be obtained, the required mold pattern will be obtained on the sand by ramming it. After getting the mold pattern as a cavity, we will be pouring the molten liquid metal into the mold cavity, so that the metal will be filling the cavity. We will be obtaining the metal in a required shape. Okay, that is poured into the mold cavity. After that, it will be solidification. The molten metal is being taken from the furnaces. Okay, and it will be carried out through what do you call as I'll tell you about in geometrically, that is just a moment, I will just draw. Due to that PPT, the diagram may be irregular. Just kindly adjust. I am drawing this PPT. I am drawing on the PPT, so the diagram may be irregular. Okay. During offline class, I will try to draw in a perfect shape. This is the molding device that we keep into the furnace. here only we will be feeding the metal. Okay, the metal will be filled as a liquid form. After a particular time period, the metal will be filling. We will be taking this device into the mold cavity and pour the liquid metal on it. Okay, I will tell you the name of the device in the further classes. I just forgot that particular word. It is made up of sand only. That sand will bear high temperature. Okay, it is made up of sand only, silica sand. Okay, the silica sand will bear high temperature, so that it won't get break. Okay, the molten liquid gets solidified. After that, we will be crushing the sands that are settled around the casting. We will be taking out the casting solidified into the mold cavity. Okay, mold cavity, we will be solidifying the liquid metal. That will be in some regular geometry. It may be a square plate. It may be a square plate or rectangular plate, or it may be some circular plate. Like the diagram is not coming properly in the PPT. Due to I am drawing through mouse, I will draw in the offline class. Okay, and here after taking out the casting, we will be cleaning the casting, and we will be inspecting that for any defects, and we will be grinding for surface finishing. Okay, I will just go to the next slide. You can able to understand about the process that are involved in sand casting process. Okay, just I will put this video and I will explain you in detail. See here, just a moment. Here, this is drag, bottommost molding box. We can call it as drag, and uppermost box we can call it as. Just a moment, the slide has been changed. Here you can see we are keeping the required pattern, required shape to be molded. We are keeping that pattern over here. After that, the sand is being poured on the drag box. Okay, after that, what we are doing is we need to do ramming. By using rammer, we need to do ramming for particular time period, so that the sand will get tightened together, and we are reversing the drag box, and later that we are putting another box on it, that is called as cope. Okay, and putting the second half of the pattern over here, and now the sand is being poured. Okay, this is lock for cope and drag, that it should not move during the ramming process. Okay, now the sand is being poured on it, and now it is being removed. Okay, the scope and drag has been removed. We are removing the pattern from the sand by using some lift pins. Okay, that the pin you can see here over, that is lift pin. We can call it as lift pin. We are removing the pattern. Okay, so that we get mold cavity around here. Okay, here that one is mold cavity, and here runner pin, riser pin have been inserted. Runner pin, riser pin has been inserted. Here this is runner pin, this is riser pin. Here from this runner pin only the molten metal will be poured. Here the molten liquid metal will be rising, so that you can see vacuum is coming over here. In this graphic image, you can see vapor is coming here. So we are pouring the liquid metal over the runner pin over here. In this riser pin, the liquid metal will come up to some certain limit. We will be having some vapor outside the riser pin. Okay. After some certain period of time for cooling, we need to allow the molten liquid to solidify, to cool. Okay, then it gets solidified for some time period in the atmospheric air. Okay, after some time period, the mold will be taken outside. The mold will be taken outside. It is further that is, you can see the last second, it is final casting. This is casting. The material we taken out, that is called casting. The process we are pouring the liquid metal into the cavity and taking the final part, that is called as casting. Okay, and the process of getting mold cavity by filling the sand in the drag and coke box by keeping the pattern, that is called molding. Okay, you need to understand what is the difference between molding and casting. Okay, and these are all another processes, basic bulk forming processes: rolling, forging, extrusion, wire drawing. Okay, I will tell you in detail what is rolling. We have hot rolling and cold rolling. Okay, I will tell you in detail what is hot rolling. Hot rolling is nothing but making the material to certain temperature, to attain certain temperature by heating it. Okay, after that we are feeding the material in between the rollers. The material will be changing its dimension to some required shape according to the gap we feed. The thickness will be varying. This is called rolling, hot rolling. Okay, cold rolling is nothing but without heating, we are changing the material by compressing the roller and feeding in between the rollers without heating. That is cold rolling. Okay, similarly we have hot forging, cold forging. Forging is nothing but by applying certain force or certain time period using die, we can able to get shape of a material. For example, spanners are being made by forging process. Okay, extrusion is nothing but giving force to the material and getting the material output from a smaller particular hole by pressing heavily. Using pressing heavily, we can able to get. For example, we can say snacks making process like murukku, that is called extrusion. Okay, wire drawing is nothing but keeping the material rigid and pulling over the tip of the material into a smaller wire, so that for example gold will have high ductility. It can be for example, only I am saying for 3 grams it can be stretched around 600 to 700 meters as a small thin wire. Okay, that is wire drawing process. We will be studying in graphical with graphical animations about hot rolling, cold rolling, forging, extrusion process in the forthcoming processes. That's all for today. We will end up with this.